What is up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a new comic book day haul. New to me comic book day haul as well. Hopefully everybody's doing great today. Let's be sure to go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification if you haven't already, so when videos like this go live ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. And also, I want to make sure to go ahead and thank you to the YouTube channel members as well as the Patreon members who have chosen to support the channel through that membership. Be sure to check them out at your leisure. What is going on? We got folks piling into the chat, so appreciate that. And if I accidentally look away from the camera, pardon me. I'm still playing with this new camera thing. Got a whole new computer and new setup, and still trying to make the best of it yet. So we've got Off-World. Adam, what is going on? Sold Twice, what to do? Pikachu. And we got Superior Hero Reviews, one of the YouTube channel members. That's right there. Check him out. And Steve, what is going on? Warlock, hey, one of the other YouTube channel members. So talking about YouTube channel membership, here's a good segue. So for the month of May, I'm giving away this book right here. You might have seen it before. It's the first cover appearance of Gambit. They say the first appearance of Gambit. Well, we all know it's Avengers. X-Men Annual 14. And this is a 9/4 newsstand copy of this. And you might be saying, how do I enter to win this? Well, I'm glad you asked. One of the ways that you can enter to win that is to become a channel member, whether a YouTube channel member. And if you're watching this on a desktop or laptop device, there's a little button right about here that says join. You can do that. There's also a link in the description of this video. Or if you're watching on a mobile device, check out that link in the description of the video. Or a Patreon member, and you can do that. Of course, with the YouTube membership, you get different perks, and if you buy a lot of books, you probably find more value in the Patreon membership. Or you can be both. But if you had to choose one or the other, there's the deal. And so if you are a YouTube or a Patreon member supporter, you're going to get 5 chances to enter to win that. Then for every $1 of super chat one person gets, or super sticker, for every $1 you're going to get 1 chance to win. And so people have all been throughout the lives that I've been doing through the month and through the rest of the month can do that, and it's all going to pile up. And at the end of the time, we'll put everybody on the wheel, and we will see who will win. So Phil Ailing, what is going on? Phil, hello all. Hi. And so, yeah, that's how you enter to win. It's fairly simple. So let's check out this. So I went to the other LCS in town, and normally this place, and you probably heard me talk about this place before. Oh, one last thing. Where can you give super chats away? In live shows like this, any premieres that I do, and also Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Time when we do the Saturday morning cartoon crew. But thanks to the 9 folks that are watching right now. Appreciate that. Go ahead and smash that like button. So I went to the other LCS in town, and normally they go by the eBay prices. They don't price anything, so you're sitting there dig, which stuff is not in all that great of order, and you know how it is. I'm not going to wane on about that. Schwab for Comics, what is up? And so went to there today, found some Hulk books, and I think mostly Hulk books. Yeah, mostly Hulk books. Found some there and got a good deal on them. About $2.50 a pop. So not too terribly bad when you see all that I got with it. I think I figured out a new way to get the best deal with when that young girl is there. So the thing with the young girl is she has to go on there and individually look up on eBay. Now, whether she does sold prices or listed prices, I don't know. They don't show you that part. But I think she gets aggravated when you bring up a bunch of books. So then she just starts making up numbers. because she gave me one number for one pile. I said, well, here's some more. I said, well, you can just sell them to me for $1. I don't think there's any keys in there, which was true. I wasn't trying to one off, on her or nothing. And I think they're just run fillers. And so then she came back with the second price, and it's like $2.50 a book. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So we've got Big Dave Loves Comics. What is up, Big Dave? How are you? So I don't know. I must not have been looking at my CLZ app all that great, because I already had this book. I hate when I do that. So, yeah, I already had this book. Oh, well. Saturday morning auction near you. Fanfare, Marvel Fanfare number 29. Of course, this is Hulk in purple shorts. But you might be asking, what else is there about this book that's key? I'm glad you asked. So this is the death of Hammer and Anvil. For those folks who know their early Wolverine appearances or know Hulk from back in the day. Also a nice little black cover, little Captain America and all the kids. But Hammer and Anvil from back in the day because they were in Hulk 182. So they were in Hulk 182. They are the people that broke loose. And of course, one of Hammer was the guy whose dad was Hulk's friend who gets killed in there. And then they go back to jail. And I'm seeing Hammer die in here, but I don't see Anvil dying in here. So maybe it's just Hammer that dies in here. So maybe it's Hammer time. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. So that is the deal there. I wasn't going to buy it if it was going to be too terribly much, but I just thought it was kind of neat. 14 folks up in here. That's kind of neat as well. Go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Of course, we're streaming live to Twitch as well as YouTube. I think I had forgot. I think this came out last week, and I had forgotten to put it on my pull list for my LCS, and he doesn't come up with things like this. So I decided to go ahead and pick that up from the deal. What is going on, Legion of Comics? How are you? Here's a guy. He's on the up and up. He is onwards towards 800 subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed to him, if you're watching this live or on the rewind, check out Legion of Comics. Mark, you're a moderator, so you can drop your link in the chat. Hi, SCG and SCG chatters. Magic Lasso, what is going on? Yeah, that's generally the way it is. Just chatterbox. So I picked up Hulk number 23, which was one of the ones I was missing. And so I have a pretty good little run. This is from volume 2. And then also from volume 2, but this is when they started doing the legacy numbers. So this is Hulk 32. Legacy number 506, which is kind of an homage to Hulk 1. I like those homages, and in particular, those are those books I collect, which Hulk 1 would be one of them. Then we've got Incredible Hulk 65, Mike Diodato goodness. Split decisions. Then we've got Incredible Hulk 64. Now, this one is purely to sell because this is the second appearance of, is it Crimson Dynamo? Iron somebody? One of the people that's supposed to be in the Black Widow movie, I think. It's connected with her. And of course, there she is on the cover. This is the second appearance. I unfortunately didn't have the first appearance, but I was surprised to get this on the cheap. Split Decisions was one of the better story arcs. Okay, there you go. Also picked up this, Darth Vader number 2. This is from the first series with Karen Gillian, Adi Granov on that cover. So definitely killer. Already have this, but again, this was to sell, as well as Darth Vader number 1, which it seems like the Darth Vader number 1 is a first appearance of somebody as well. And so, yeah, just to get to resell on that. Then we got Incredible Hulk 437. So I got a bunch of Hulks, as you'll see right here, and to fill in those gaps. And so I was doing the math on the way home, and I think I need like 35 issues to have 360 something to 600, which is the first leg of the Incredible Hulk run. So let me see here. Yeah, so 35 to have 363 through 600. So I thought that was pretty good. And most of them are no name issues. I think the biggest one of that run was the Pulp Fiction homage with She-Hulk on the front cover. What's up? What's up? How are you? Then we got Incredible Hulk 438. That's Incredible Hulk right after he left Chipotle's bathroom. And check that out. Newsstand from the late 90s. So not too bad, not too bad. Didn't notice that until just now. Incredible Hulk 439. Incredible Hulk 440. Another newsie from 1996. Incredible Hulk 442. Attack of the 40 or so monsters. They're chilling. They're in endemic. There, we have no idea what they are. So there you go. The Incredible She-Hulk. Another newsie. Incredible Hulk 444. This is when Onslaught had taken over. Of course, you see the Onslaught impact right there. Had taken over Hulk's mind, and he was fighting Cable and Storm in this issue. It crosses over into the Cable issues, and of course with Heroes Reborn. Oh, look, you ever heard of that? That's when the heroes came back. They used it over again, right? So you know, they relaunched them. So 446. Post Onslaught, post Banner. So yeah, if you remember in the Onslaught deal, Hulk beat Onslaught down, and then it separated him and Banner. Banner goes inside of the thing that Franklin Richards had made. Hulk's left behind, and then of course eventually they come back. I don't remember how they merged the two back, but maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. Craven Comics says, I just picked up Heroes Reborn today. You know, I'm going to get into that in just a minute when I get to my new comic book stuff. So hang out for that for sure. Incredible Hulk number 600. Some Alex Ross goodness. Right there. Some Alex Ross goodness. And maybe I answered my own question because it's Incredible Hulk versus the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, the Willis Portacio, who done Hulk during the after the Onslaught deal, he had Hulk with this mullet type hairdo going on. So maybe this kind of answers what happened and how they merged them back together. That's Mike Diodato on the cover right there. So that was at the other LCS in town. So we've got some pretty good deals. I think, for all of those things together. So I went to my normal LCS, and a guy got worried because I was trading some messages back and forth with somebody else on IG, and they said that they had heard that the Diamond had not delivered several shops or whatever. So thankfully, that was not mine. Unfortunately for you, if it is for you, I feel bad for you. But this came in is Heroes Reborn. This is not the book, obviously. This is the preview stuff. Reviewing the covers because Immortal 46 and all these other ones that have done come out. So this must have been down there, and I just haven't noticed it for a while. March, yeah, for May shipping product. Huh. I don't know why I didn't pick it up before now. Pretty cool. Boba Fett right there. The only mullet in comics that works is Longshot. And I think they even got rid of Longshot's mullet. So no luck there. See what I did there? Luck, long shot. Anyway. So I'll show you this. I'm not going to get into this. I'll probably do this on a separate video, but I picked this up today. So I've been seeing this. This is a Mezco toy. This is the Iron Fist Mezco toy. If you've ever seen the Mezcos, they're pretty cool. Nice face sculpts most of the time. Various trade outs of their hands, and get them in various positions. They're not too terribly expensive. This one was $80. And you can, it's a 112 collection. So there you go. I've been seeing this guy. There's a Wolverine one, a Blade one, and a Morbius one that I want. Oh, Lord, another hole to fall into for sure. And before I show these, because I forget otherwise, I got these in from Jeff Hard to Come By. So Jeff Hard to Come By, if you're not familiar with him, check him out. I will be on his channel Monday talking Valiant Comics, of all things. I know you couldn't have figured that one out, right? But I'll be talking Valiant Comics on there with Shelby and Jeff on Monday on his channel. But he had gotten these. I was supposed to get these at the Huntsville Comic Expo 2 months ago now. No, 1 month ago, whenever it was. And he wasn't able to make it, so finally just said, hey, let's just go ahead and ship them. These are a couple of the last Batman that I had needed to complete my set. As I've said before, what I like to do on stuff when I buy them online is go ahead and mark it in my CLZ app that I've purchased it. Otherwise, I'll accidentally purchase it because I go to shops all the time. So this is Batman 259, 100 pages for 60 cents. Those were the days. Those were the days. And then we got some more Batman goodness with Batman 240. Bub told me never to apologize for the glare. And we've got Dale of Suspense in the house. He was earlier doing a did you buy that hair? I'm sure it's your hair because you paid for it, right? And then Jeff also threw this in. Boom, pow, sock. Okay. So talking about new comic book days. Now, as you might know, look at this. Discovery Bay, just making this sure this super chat thing still works. Shout out to me and the chat. Appreciate that. Hopefully everything is going fairly well over on your end. And just for that, we're going to do the best kind of rain, the reverse rain, making it rain back this way. So appreciate you, Discovery Bay, one of the Patreon supporters as well. So appreciate him. And that also gets him 5 entries into giving away that X-Men 266 at the end of the month newsstand. So there you go. Hey, if you haven't finished your investing in comics thing, Disco, you could use that, right? The stuff that you put in for the super chats if you win it. Just saying. So talking about new comic book day, the last couple of weeks, I don't know about you guys or gals. We got Flash by Night up in here, another one of the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you for stopping by. I don't know about you guys, but the last couple of weeks have been amazing when it comes to new comic book day. I have been slowly dwindling down my pull list. Stories, maybe story arcs that had finished, miniseries that had wrapped up, and I was starting to get lower and lower each week. I was about at $30 to $40 on any given week. The last 3 weeks are an exception to that. And not only that, this is the best part of that. The best part is that I feel like I got my money's worth, and I'm not going to not complain about the rise in certain DC prices, but nevertheless, I have not going to complain about the quality of the work, because I feel like we've been getting some jam up comic books, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. If you're watching this live, you can of course put that in the live chat, or if you're watching this on the rewind, let me know in a comment down below, because I feel like, man, there have been some killer stories. Now I know that killer stories can be very subjective. But when it comes to the books that I'm looking for, the kind of stories that I like to read, I think there has been a lot of value all the way around. In particular, not with Marvel. And I'll get with that. So, the thing with Marvel is that the majority of my collection is Marvel. Obviously, I'm working on Incredible Hulk now. I have all of Uncanny X-Men's for Marvel. That's a Marvel title. All of the Wolverine series, Cable the same way. And so I have an awful lot of Marvel. All right. I have more Marvel than I even do Valiant, if that's telling you anything. But here lately, I feel like that the Indies and DC, of all places, has been putting out more good content. Let me know what y'all think. But it's been crazy. So let's talk about it. So Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1. I have been picking up the vast majority of the Star Wars titles since Marvel took them over. Initially, after Marvel took them over, I was kind of just, kicking rocks and complaining about things because I was one of those guys that read all of the EU novels for Star Wars, and when they retconned everything and the movies and all that kind of stuff, which they made books about, I just didn't like the way that they did the new stuff. Having said that, I feel like Marvel does have something down pat in the Star Wars office for comics. Strangely, they've got it reversed in the vast majority part of the rest of Marvel. They have it in the movies and not the comics. Flash by Night's talking about, please join the Reborn army. I don't know about that. So so this is the Star Wars tie-in to the War of the Bounty Hunters. They've done a couple of these crossovers, Star Wars has. But this is the most recent one. And I feel like they've just been doing, a good job overall. Now, even though I pick it up, I have not been too terribly pleased with Savage. I feel like they're just trying to make everything a slapstick character. I mean, they had Quantum and Woody. I guess you could say that Archer and Armstrong was basically that way. But not every cotton-picking character in Valiant was a slapstick comedian. I mean, come on, really? Who Dat Comics up in the house. Appreciate that. Craven says, feels like Image is on fire right now. Talking about Image, here you go. Silver Coin #2. So this was interesting enough for me to pick up the second one. Basically, there's these piece of silver this guy gets in the first thing, and then well, I won't spoil it for you just in case that is not that you haven't read it. There's standalone stories, so this is a different story than what it was before, dealing with different people. I'm sure it's with the same silver coin, but pretty interesting story. I have a feeling that it's going to be like the 30 pieces of silver like Judas got for betraying Jesus, but that's just my thought because of it being a silver coin, the upside down cross, just my observation. Travel and Root Beer. Yo, what is going on? And I tell you what, Travel and Root Beer, he's got it down pat. When they're doing their D&D sessions and I come in there and say, hey, so-and-so rolls a 20 and does this or something, he always ignores it. Beta Ray Jim, also known as Beta Ray Jewelers on the auction scene, because somehow he found an army base, went back in time with his DeLorean and found all those marked the jewelers, as Uncle Roman would call them. 19 folks watching. Appreciate that. We've got Rorschach, number 8. So this is, I believe, a 12-part miniseries. I haven't been really too thrilled with it. Of the ones that I picked up today, this is probably the one that I'm least thrilled about. Covers are fire. I like the character of Rorschach. This is not the original Rorschach from Watchmen, as you probably already know. And I came in with a lot of hopes, and maybe I don't have enough hopes with the other ones. I don't know. And so maybe I'm just having low expectations and I'm not being surprised. I don't know what the deal is, but Tom King generally does better on mini or maxi series. And so I thought, well, hey, Rorschach, character I like, Tom King's doing good things on miniseries. Maybe I would be okay. I said something about DC Comics, and look who shows up, Tim, the comic collector. What is going on? Who that says, call me Mr. Slab City and all the slabs I've been. Hey, man, you can do what you do, you know? Then we've got the Joker, number 3. I'm liking this series. Of course, I'm a little bit biased because I do obviously like the character of Joker. I feel like Tynian's doing good stuff overall. I think that in the main Batman title needs to slow down a little bit on the new characters and build some of them up. I believe this is a Finch cover. And of course, this looks like the Joker card, and I like that. Yeah, I summoned you, I pulled you out of the ether, because you're going to see all these DC books, and this is what I was talking about earlier. DC Festival of Heroes, and so I think this is an art germ. Yeah, art germ of Cassandra Cain, or is it Cassandra? Yeah, Batgirl. So this is the Asian. What is it called? The Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Celebration. Yeah, I'm not too much for these companies pandering to people on large scales. I just feel like, you know, sell the book on its merits, and people that read comic books will actually pick it up. I mean, because, you know, I'm not of Asian descent, but I picked it up because it had to do with Batman. I'm just saying. Then we've got Batman the Detective, number 2. So if you didn't read Batman the Detective, number 1, DC's been a little bit heavy on the Batman titles. I get it. They know a good seller when they see it, and therefore they're trying to capitalize on it while they can. I get it. But a little heavy, but I haven't been displeased. The Urban Legends books, the detective book, and of course this one's only the second one in. I haven't read the second one yet, but yeah. So the premise was that they're trying to kill all the people that Batman saved. Pretty interesting premise. Can't go wrong with Kubert art on that. Tom Taylor writing it. I mean, I thought it was a killer combo. And so first issue was good. We'll see how it goes for the second one. And talking about second ones, how about this? Geiger, number 2. I like how they do the little thing. I don't know if that's towards the checkerboard of the DC thing back in the day, or has something to do with nuclear, the Geiger counter or whatever. But yeah, I liked issue 1. I actually got the glow-in-the-dark cover and one of the other early covers. And so I picked up this one. Probably the second least exciting book of the week is Star Wars High Republic number 5. I know that there are a lot of new characters with High Republic, but it's been underwhelming. And again, going back to sometimes when you have low expectations of books, they don't have to do a lot to not disappoint you. And when you have high expectations, if they don't live up to them, then all of a sudden you're disappointed, even though it was good, if that makes sense. And so I feel like maybe because I like the other Star Wars stuff, that maybe this was maybe a letdown. I don't know. I just haven't really got into it like all the other Star Wars books. Obviously, the other Star Wars books contain a lot of the characters that we all grew up with, so it's a lot easier to do that way. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Now, I don't know that I've ever had a week that I've had this big of a week, meaning this many books, singular books, not talking about books like when the 3 Jokers came out, because I was buying like 4 different copies of the same, 4 different covers of the same book, or when Detective 1027 came out, or Detective 1000. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just singular books. I don't know that I've ever had this many DC books in a new comic book day. And it is Batman heavy, but it's not singular to Batman. Hello, Warlord. What is up? We've got American Vampire 1976. I feel like this is just going to be a maxi series. So this is on book 8. So it's probably going to end at 12. Scott Snyder is one of those people that I'm going to give a pass to first couple of issues, see if I like it. It says to be continued. Does that mean it's continued with another series or the next issue? I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat does know. Travel and Root Beer says this is the biggest new comic book day ever in his whole life. Wow. There you go. I've been digging the American Vampire thing. Like I've said before, I feel like I'm missing out because I didn't read the original American Vampire. But I can get it long enough. So maybe it'd be more enjoyable if I had that. But that's one of the DC Black labels. Then we've got Batman Urban Legends #3. I'm not sure who draws that. But this looks like Simone Bianchi kind of. Normally there's a signature there. You would know it. But this is the Red Hood cover. So I've been digging this. Chip Zdarsky does a story with the Red Hood in there. And it was pretty good. Amazing Murphinator. What is going on? We've got 19 folks up in here. Be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification if you haven't already. Appreciate that. So, yes. I'm going to move this one to last because this is, again, an interesting deal. So, Future State. So, if you remember any of my videos leading up to Future State, I poo-pooed the whole idea. Did a 42-year-old guy, just say poo-pooed? Yeah, I just said poo-pooed. I poo-pooed the whole idea of Future State. I said, stupid, it's dumb, it's the whole 5G reorganized, which it was. But, I mean, regardless, I really was not too hip on the whole idea of Future State. As I backed up and I said, well, let me actually give it a shot. I let Dark Detective and the next Batman, which were the replacements for Batman and Detective Comics for 2 issues, and treated it like it was essentially an Elseworlds deal. And that's kind of what it was. Now, it could lead up to that because now some of the things and goings on in Batman and Detective Comics are kind of leading to what we saw in Future State. But since Future State was so all over the world as far as the timelines, which was a little confusing too, it might or might not happen. So this is Future State Gotham. And of course, you got the Red Hood. I'm going to get it. It's got the Red Hood on there. Philip Webb, what is up? What is up? How are you doing today? We got 22 folks up in the chat. So, so for a guy who... my old boss in her 60s poo-pooed everything. Well, when you get to a certain age, you kind of just poo-poo on everything anyway. If you get my drift, just saying. I'm sure that's not what you're talking about. But yeah, so I went back and got the Catwoman issues. Of course, I liked I was not really giving high hopes for Tamaki, which is the writer, and but then when they did Dan Moore on the art, thought that was they actually did pretty good, and so there we go. Now here is these were not kind of surprises, right? Because this is Batman or Red Hood related. There's a couple exceptions for the DC thing, but the vast majority of my DC collection has to do with Batman related titles. Okay, knowing that, this is kind of the surprise. Justice League Last Ride. Now, this is done by Chip Zdarsky, but does that not sound like a cool title, The Last Ride? It's like, okay, one more last hoorah. Let's get after it one more time. This is a mini or a maxi series, and it's $3.99. So DC, see, DC, $3.99. Now pick it up, give it a shot. Just based on Chip Zdarsky. Batman is in it. Okay, Batman is in it. But and that title, I said, man, I got to give this a shot. So that is surprising for sure. And Flash by Night says, I picked up Justice League Last Ride. Definitely interested to see how it goes. Meow, meow. What's up, Big Lion Cat up in the house? What is going on? How are you doing? How are you doing? So, yeah, I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at this. 8 DC books. 1 Valiant book, 2 Image books, and 2 Marvel books. Wow, Marvel. And I know that, you know, some weeks are going to be more on Marvel than others. I get that, but I've been doing a lot of Boom Studios and Image stuff lately too. Marvel, get on your game, man. Get on your game. Quit rehashing old stuff. Do something new. Do something new. So that was kind of interesting right here. Also, let's see, Teen Titans Academy was the only Future State title that really interested me. That was one that I missed out on because the whole Red X thing, by the time I said, well, hey, that sounds interesting. Let me go back and get it. They had already sold out of it at my LCS because my LCS doesn't typically keep an awful lot of extra stuff. I heard a lot of LCSs under-ordered on number 1s in Future State and over-ordered on Future State number 2s. Like people were excited for the first issue, but then when the second issue came, not so much. And I don't know if anybody else in the chat largely read Future State as overall whole. Aside from Legion of Comics, who is DC biased, but it read it as an overall whole. Could tell me what you thought about it. I know Flash by Night. I'm sure you read the Flash title in Future State at least. What do you think about it as a Flash fan? So we still got 22 folks up in the chat. Appreciate that. Read Future State Titans because of Future State Flash. Pretty much a direct lead in. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that was kind of confusing to me because, like, with the Wonder Woman titles, like I had heard good things with the Wonder Woman, the Brazilian Wonder Woman. Can't think of her name, but I had heard good things. I read the first issue. I said, I'm not even reading this, wasting my time on the second issue. I wasn't impressed at all. First time here, Paul's Collectibles. Appreciate you. Monopoly Shadow Box is awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then we've got, so we've got this right here. This right here is the giveaway for the month of May. In order to enter to win, if you are a channel member, Yara Flora, thank you, Travel and Root Beer. So if you are a channel member through YouTube or through Patreon, you get 5 chances to enter to win this. And for every $1 of Super Chat, then you also get a chance to win that throughout the month of May. And so once you do that, at the end of the month, we'll put all that together, and there you go. Yeah, the timelines were all over the place. I don't know if that was their whole deal with the new non-continuity deal, or if it was because they were just so disjointed. You know, I have to think that as discombobulated as DC is right now with the upheaval of all the old talent with the new talent coming in and this and that and the other, all these moving parts, I have to feel like, dang, dude, you're putting out this much content that I'm interested in. What could you do if you had your act together? Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, if you had your act together, could you be selling twice as many titles? And some of the titles, like Aquaman, you know, Aquaman has more of a niche fan base. And when you put somebody who's tells their fan base that essentially, you know, if you don't like my stuff, screw you type deal, then, you know. Dank Comics up in the house. What is going on? Sleeping Collectibles, another member to the YouTube channel. Appreciate you for stopping by. If y'all don't know Sleeping Collectibles, be sure to drop your link, Sleeping, and anybody that's not subbed up to him, go check him out. He does some cool giveaways. He's hitting almost that 2,000 sub mark and is on his way. Yeah, given the leadership, the creators did a pretty good job. Yeah, and these are new for Chip Zdarsky is you know, a proven property, but as far as Marissa Tamaki, I want to say Marissa, but that sounds like too much like Marissa Tomei. But Tamaki is the last name. You know, these people like that really weren't, you know, known properties. Think about what they could do. Well, I'm not saying you sleep on Aquaman. I'm saying that you know, you have a certain fan base. You don't have as big of a fan base as you do for Superman and Batman or Wonder Woman, right? So you have to put good writers on there to tell a good story. And the last ones that I read just weren't there for me. Sleeping Collectible says 30 away from 2,000, giving away a lightsaber when he gets there. Whoa, is it a Revan lightsaber? Got to know. Talking about that, Paul's as well as sleeping. Check what I got out today. I got a Mezco Iron Fist. So I'll be unboxing this on a separate video stream. But yeah, you can be looking for pictures of Iron Fist taking down the big baddies at an Instagram account near you. Yeah. Yeah, so I just couldn't pass it up. I almost got the Moon Knight one at a shop a while back, but then I was like, I've already got the Marvel Legends Moon Knight, and it's still pretty cool, so I think I'll pass. But I did not have my Iron Fist Marvel Legends that I used to have, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll get this one. Wolverine one, Mezco's coming out. I want the Blade one that's already out, and I think the Morbius is going to come out. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, you heard me say it. Lightsaber. Philip Webb. Yeah, just subscribed to Sleeping. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And it says, he said, Obi-Wan Legacy Saber with case. Dope. That's pretty dope. So pretty cool giveaway there. Oh, check out this too. So I'm working on getting the rest of the figures. My son, who y'all saw in a previous video, taking the Marvel Legends that I'm not keeping in my personal collection, taking them. And I'm like, okay, come on, guy. So yeah, he's been swiping my Scourge here and trying to take it to his own, and I have to take it back. I got this the other day, the Black Series Hunter. Yeah, I'll get it out in a minute. Yeah, so the Black Series Hunter. Got that the other day, as well as this right here. Yeah, that's the only one that I had of the Bad Batch. I almost bought them when they first put them out, and I do it every single time. I did that on the Last Night on Earth Batman Multiverse figures. They were all out there, and I was like, if they're this easy to see, I'll see them everywhere like that. Not so much. And I was in a Walmart in Louisiana, and they just put an end cap out, which I don't normally see those with these figures, but they put an end cap out, had every one of them in there. I was passed it up. Yeah, Shock Trooper. Yeah, I've been kind of playing on whether or not to open them, because I think these Black Series figures are just so, the boxing, the packaging is just so dope. And the Clone Commander, this is Clone Commander Wolf right here. And then I got this one too here recently, Stormtrooper Commander from The Force Unleashed. Then I got General Grievous. So, talking about General Grievous, check this out. So, I'm going to Pensacon. If Houdat is still in the chat, are you planning on going to Pensacon, or do you have to work that week? So, not this weekend, but next weekend is Pensacon. And so, it's in Pensacola, Florida. Probably up there with the Huntsville Comic Expo. Certainly one of the bigger ones post-pandemic. And I've got a whole box over here. What I was doing last night, I got a whole box of stuff to get signed. So I had a whole box of stuff to get signed. And so BLC, you'll be interested to hear this. Larry Kinney, who is the voice of Lion-O from the Thundercats, he is going to be there. He's also the voice of Count Chocula. He wants to eat your cereal, right? I bought a pop of Count Chocula and Lion-O. Now that Lion-O one, I got a deal on it, but it was pretty pricey. And I'm going to get him to sign both of those. And yeah, I appreciate you coming by Flash by Night. If y'all not familiar with Flash by Night, go check him out. So I'm going to get that signed. Ashley Eckstein is going to be there. I'm going to get the Ahsoka pop as well as the book, because I don't have the first appearance. I missed it out by this much on eBay a couple of times already this week. But this book right here, which is the first, this thing was going for $75 on eBay. It's crazy. But it's the story that's in there. But I was just going to get her to sign on the front page of the book. And the voice of General Grievous is going to be there. So I wasn't able to get General Grievous's pop. So I'm not a big fan of getting comics signed by celebrities. I'm not saying that I've never done it before. I'm just not a big fan of it. Unless it's like a photo cover or something like that, then I kind of make a pass at it. And I've got one for General Grievous. It's a photo cover of General Grievous from the Tackle. Yeah. Anyway, number 2. So I've got that. I wanted to get it on a pop, but the pop's like $80, and I already spent so much on the Lion-O pop. So I'm thinking I'm either going to get that or get this. Which one would you rather do? Would you rather get a comic sign or get this sign? Because then I'm like, okay, it's definitely going to stay in the holder forever then. Which one would you do? Hey, what's going on, man? And then we got Toy Slammer up in the house. Appreciate you for stopping by. Hoarder's Hide, what is going on? Another member to the channel there. So Sleeping says, get the Black Series. Paul says, sign figure. Okay. And, this Grievous figure wasn't all that expensive. I think I paid $30 for it. So it wasn't all that expensive. So, it's not like if I wanted just to open Grievous with all his little lightsabers in there and, do some toy photography that I couldn't get one. But, there is a lot of real estate right here for him to sign. Or I could get him to sign on the back. Hey, look, I'm already going to be paying a lot for Larry Kinney and Ashley Eckstein and all those people to sign their books. Those books. But yeah, there's a bunch of folks. There's a bunch of folks that are going to be there. So it's probably going to be a pretty good time. I don't know if Who Dat's still in here, but I know NOLA Comics was planning on going. I know French Quarter Comics was planning on going. What is going on? John Joker. Sorry I haven't been on much, my friend. Appreciate that, man. And just for that, we're going to make it rain in the right direction, right towards me. Thank you, John Joker. Thank you. Thank you very much, John Joker. Yeah, I could do that. And that's kind of the way I'm leading. And that's why I did like the pops that way, because I don't take pops out of the things. For whatever reason, now there's always an exception to the rule, right? It's like he says it's like this, but then he breaks his own rules. What's the deal with that? Well, the deal is, like this one right here, I took this pop out. That was just too dope to not take out, right? His ventilator and everything lights up. So, and I also got one for Kylo Ren too. Yeah, it was just too dope to leave in there and not be able to push their little bobbleheads. BLC says, where's what? Where's what, BLC? You talking about the Lino Pop? It's on its way to me. I just bought it off eBay. Just bought it off eBay, my friend. And I contacted the seller and I said, look, I need this thing mailed like ASAP. I'm meeting Larry Kinney a week from this coming Saturday. I need it. And the con. It's Pensacola, Florida. Pensacola, Florida. So it's like 4 hours away from me. So it's not that bad. CFAP up in the house is sweet. Phil says cool. So check this out. Go ahead and open these up. So, and I realized the other day that I was still missing one. It's the Dark Multiverse Flash figure. I'm still missing that one. And it was in, they had a 2-pack of it, but I didn't really want to do that. MegaCon's in Florida, right, BLC? I think it is. And it depends. It depends on what week it is. As much as my schedule is fairly flexible, considering my job and considering I have 6 kids, my schedule is fairly flexible. There are some things, that I just can't and don't work around. So with this particular figure, I don't know if anybody in here collects the DC Multiverse figures. Feel like they are better quality than what Marvel Legends are. Having said that, I'm starting to notice a lot of the rebranding of figures. Yeah, I get it, but August around the 12th. Yeah, I'll have to see. Maybe I can pawn that off on like my birthday present because my birthday's in August. So this is the Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse that overrode the will of the Green Lantern ring to make it kill his parents' murderer. And so per usual, they have the ankle, foot, 4 days, dang. Ankle, foot, all the various articulation points. And they're normally pretty solid, meaning that you don't hit that and his wrist goes limp. Oh, boy. So he's got the fist, and then he's got an open hand, and then I think that this kind of goes around his wrist as if it's a Green Lantern construct like that. Aggressively relaxed. William Shatner's going to be there. We've got to, Mr. So, one of the things I like about the DC figures is that they all come with stands, whereas the Marvel figures do not, and they do not stand up, and that ticks me off even more. Yeah, fairly simple. So then I don't have to buy a NECA stick stand. And so that was pretty cool. And then all of them come with these cards, which are usually the pictures of the in the multiverse characters. These are the pictures that are. Oh, Mr. Sulu. Mr. Sulu is going to be there. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out MegaCon and see who all is going to be there. I like to get a lot of stuff signed. Well, you saw my box and you heard me talk about all the stuff that I'm going to get signed there. So I like to get my stuff signed and meet the creators. And as much as you heard me talk, like I'm not so big into the voice actors. I'm not like, or especially not the anime stuff, because I don't know anything about that. But the thing with those voice actors, or even the real actors, the thing about their stuff is it's so expensive compared to like the comic book creators. So I'm like, so this is Batman from Earth 44. This is like the this is the cyborg Batman. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I always like smelling those. Harsh Life Spotlights. What's going on, man? How are you? Did a review on some mystery boxes I got from Harsh Life Spotlights the other day. So you can change out his wrist so that it is these tentacles reaching out, kind of like Cyborg can do. Still got to get used to this camera and stuff. Look, James. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's my point. It's like Wizard World was canceled for Ohio, but Fanboy Expo was rescheduled for November the 5th and 7th. And, you know, that's the deal. Some of these earlier cons are rescheduling so much that they're going to start overlapping each other. And then what do? Then you have to start making, you know, tough life choices as to which ones you're going to go to, and do the big con survive or do the little ones survive. So you can see how you replace his wrist, and he's reaching out like, reach out and touch someone. Not like that, Michael Jackson. Bye. Anyway, you switch that out, and then there is the card from that. Big Lion Cat says, just sub Harsh Life Spotlight. So there you go. Atlanta Comic Con. When is that, BA War? BA War, appreciate you hopping in. Did not catch you a while ago. I was busy doing something, but another member to the channel right there. Yeah, you know, $100 a SIG. I mean, if it was Stan Lee, yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, $50 a SIG. I'm starting to croak because, like with the like when I went to Huntsville Comic Expo, I got Jim Cummings to sign that Darkwing Duck Pop. Let's get dangerous. So anyway, so he signed that. Well, I had a poster that they had done, the con had done, and I got as being a getting a certain type of ticket, my VIP ticket. And so I went in there to get that, and I said, oh, crap, I forgot to get him to sign that. Well, then they wouldn't take my card. They only wanted cash. I was like, man, really? No, just screw it. Forget it. August the 6th and 8th. So, yeah, going back to what I was saying, these bigger cons are going to start overlapping each other. Who else is going to be at that? Do you know? At the Atlanta Con? And when you say Atlanta Con, is this different than Dragon Con, or is this what you're calling Dragon Con? Because I know Dragon Con's a big thing over there in Atlanta. So definitely a big to do. So let's see what we got here. So at Pensacon, Pat Broderick's going to be there. He is actually the guy that did pencil work and Batman 436, which is the first appearance of Tim Drake. I've got John Beatty, who did the inks on that, already to sign. That is the first Batman book that I've ever bought, or that I ever bought. It's a copy of it. It's not the original. Planet of the Vampires #1 as well. And I thought to get that because of the Larry Hama. I imagine I could get Larry Hama to do that, and he wrote that. So Tony Isabella did Marvel Premiere. That's early Iron Fist stuff, 16 and 22. Derek Donovan, Rogue 9. Carl, I want to say Malone, but it's Milan, I think, did Rogue 7. John Dale, he did a lot of inking work for Andy Kubert. He did inks for Scarlet Spider 1, Cable 150, Iron Fist 73, Luke Cage 166, Wolverine 100. And I'm going to get the newsstand and the foil edition side of that, and Civil War #7, which I've already got signed by Derek Vines and Scott McNiven. So it'd be a triple signed book at that point. BLC says, just sub Paul's Collectibles. So there you go. There you go, Paul. Yeah, it's different. I haven't heard anything about who's going to. Yeah, I heard that Dragon Con got canceled altogether. For the TMNT fans, the Columbus Fanboy Expo has leaving me in suspense. Captain Beardo, what is going on? There will be a very special Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cast reunion celebrating the 87th. Okay. Oh, dope. Yes. See, Rob Paulson, I bought a Pinky. See, Brian, what we gonna do tonight? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. I bought a Pinky in the Brain pop last year with the anticipation of him being at Huntsville Comic Expo, and he canceled at the last minute. So there is a con in Jackson, Mississippi next month. Judith Hogue, who was the original April O'Neil, and I can't, oh crap, what is his name? He was the kid in Turtles 2, but he played one of the Turtles as well. He's going to be there. Let's see, Townsend, Coleman, Bernie, Girl, okay. Jay? Dude, yeah, that sounds really dope. Sounds like a way to take a lot of my money. That's Columbus Fanboy Expo. Huh. Interesting to know. When is that? Did you say? I don't know if you'd said it or not. So all those Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Cable 150, those are all lenticular covers that John Dale inked, which would be interesting. I never had anything signed on a lenticular cover. Peter David, I'm going to get Hulk 340 signed. I had a Hulk 340 signed by him before, and I gave it away to somebody who did something for me. So I'm getting this. This is my third copy of Hulk 340, and I'm going to get this signed. ASM 365, Spider-Man 2099. Probably get Marvel 1000 signed by him. I've got Rob Liefeld signed on one of it, and then it'll be double signed then. Marvel Comics Presents 86, which is already signed by Sam De La Rosa. X Factor 71, which is already signed by, oh crap, I can't remember the guy's name, Larry Stroman. Yeah. And then maybe get Emily Swallow to sign that pop. Larry Kenny, I mentioned Count Chocula and Lino. And the voice of General Grievous, not sure about that. So there in November the 5th through 7th. Okay. November the 5th through 7th and Fanboy Expo in Columbus. Dope. Yeah, I was trying to get all my stuff lined out towards the end of the year because with me, with work, gets very busy at the end of the year, not to mention, life, happens and all that kind of good stuff towards the end of the year. And so I was like, come on, trying to get everything ironed out. And then with these cons canceling or not canceling, but pushing back their dates, you're like, okay, now you're going to force me to make decisions. And probably make, more local decisions. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But that is the Cyborg Batman from Dark Knight's Metal, as well as the Green Lantern Batman. But yeah, well, I didn't plan on this being an hour long, but there was more people bumping in the chat, and then we've got people coming out of the chat. So appreciate those of you who are Patreon or YouTube channel members. As I mentioned earlier, you're already entered to win that Uncanny X-Men 266. And if you and all the super chats that were done today, of course, that will go towards your chances to win that as well. I do hope that everybody is having a good new comic book day, or maybe a new to you comic book day. But in either case, hopefully everybody is staying well. Until next time, keep reading and keep collecting, folks. Adios. Or not. Or how about this? Adios.